start everything off. And we are back live here on 990 WBOB in Rhode Island, of all places. And welcome to the next edition of International Live. I am, of course, Jiggy Jigman Freud. DJ Dan will be along with us here in just a few moments as well. And we want to thank everybody who is listening to us each and every week on 990 WBOB. Also, our legions of listeners on 107.5 FM in Leicester, England. You can get it online around the globe during the drive time hour on Fridays via LeicesterCommunityRadio.com. Each and every Sunday, we come to you like a squirrel out of a palm tree on 990 WBOB in Rhode Island, and of course on KJAGradio.com. Joining us today on the magic of Zoom is Feverseed. These guys are tremendous. They are a rock band from New York. Their debut EP is now available, and you can get more information at feverseed.com. And thanks for listening to us today. And we have the guys from Feverseed joining us today via the Zoom. Gentlemen, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
How you doing? My name is George Panagakos. I'm the lead singer and rhythm guitar player.
Hey there, I'm Chris Crosby. I'm the bass player in the band and occasionally play a little bit of guitar.
Me? Am I on? Am I live?
Yeah, you're live, Bill.
Oh, I didn't know that started. Well, yes, I am Wibbis.
Wibbis.
I do everything else except play the drums.
That's awesome.
Including French horn.
Do you have another member of your band called Drew?
Yes, the drummer.
Yeah, he's going to chime in if he can.
He has just joined us.
He has just joined us.
Wow. Fantastic.
Harry.
His audio is just connecting.
So,
Nice.
so George, tell us a little bit about how Feverseed got together. How did you guys get started?
Well, yeah, Chris and I have been, writing and recording music. Hey, there's Drew. Nice.
What's up,
Chris,
gentlemen?
What's up, Drew? How you doing, brother?
All right.
Hey, man.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, me and Chris have been writing and recording music together for a while, and all four of us in the band have played in a variety of different bands, a variety of different styles. And for a while, me and Chris had just wanted to start a band that's just pure rock and roll. And it's been stewing for a few years. And then finally, last year, we just decided to do it and brought some songs together. Like enough for like a whole album, a little bit more than a whole album's worth. But we chose the 3 songs that we thought, would best represent the scope of our sound. And so we moved on to get ready to record an EP, and so it was time to put the band together, and I knew that we needed some thunder on the drums, and there was only one man on earth that could do it, and that was Drew. And Chris, why don't you tell them a little bit about how we brought Wibbis along?
Well, yeah, during, the pre-production and recording of the record, I had played a lot of the guitar parts, especially on Let Yourself Down. And when we were getting ready to go into the studio, to record my and then George's guitar parts, I had recommended that we bring Wibbis into the fold. I've worked with Wibbis for many years, and I thought that his experience and expertise on the guitar would be really beneficial to have him around in the studio. And that worked out really well. He was, kind of producing us in a way, like, giving George a lot of really great pointers on his guitar playing. And then he ended up, performing on the record as well, and just played some fantastic guitar parts. So I think that was a good call to bring him into the equation.
Yeah, I totally agree. On that point, Chris, I'd just like to say that, because usually I get hired to play the piano and I play a bit of acoustic guitar, and the electric guitar is a pretty new thing to me. So, I produced this EP, it was definitely a group effort. Everyone made contributions, but, I want to personally thank and point out that, Wibis, Chris, and Ryan Welsh from Suffolk Recording Studios, they were all instrumental into guiding me through which guitar to use, which amp to use, how to set it to get the sound I was looking for. And, I'm really, really proud that I call myself more of an orchestrator than the producer, because everyone brought something to the table, especially, I'm looking at Drew right now, and one of the greatest moments of the recording of the EP was Drew is besides being an amazing drummer, he's an extraordinary producer and engineer. And I told him the sound that I was looking for, and the man set up the microphones in one shot, one take. He sets up all the microphones, he plays his drums, and we're listening in the control room. There's no phase issues. He did not have to move a single microphone. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. And he just killed it for like 10 minutes. He came back into the control room, and we were all just shocked that there wasn't a single phase issue. That
drum booths have like 20 mics in there as well.
True, I believe we set up 17, including 4 on the kick, right?
17.
Wow.
Yeah, the kick had 3 mics on the kick.
And then the sub, that sub thing, right?
Well, the subcone, yeah. So that's number 3. But we had, it was 17 sources, 2 room mics, shoulder mic, pair of overheads, hi-hat, close toms, and close snare, bottom snare.
Wow.
Dick, and Harry on that one.
Yeah.
You guys all sound like you go in and you record the guitars separately in one shot, drums on their own. Have you got a certain system? Is there one you put down first? You lay the drums down first?
Well, that's
Absolutely,
the way. That's the way it happened on this one, because me and Chris had worked on production demos for like 6 months before we went in, and we wound up. A lot of times you make a demo and then you lose the magic when you get to the second time recording it in the studio, and I didn't want that to happen, so we recorded over the production demos. And Drew was the first one to lay it down, and he just floored me, man. When I heard what he was doing, man, he just came back. Drew, you remember, he comes back into the control room, I give him a huge hug, and I'm just like, yeah, we got a foundation to work on here, And then, so it was 3 separate sessions. It was a couple of days with Drew, a couple of days with me, Chris, and Wibis, and then one last day where I laid down the vocals, and then there was about a month of mixing with our friend Crispy Chicken, and then Roger Leon, very good friend of Drew, becoming a good friend of the band. He just did an extraordinary job mastering it. So really happy with the final result.
Wow. So this first track we're going to hear, tell us a little bit about this.
Let yourself
one?
down.
Yeah.
Let yourself down. I'd like us all to say a little something. I'll just start by saying, a few years ago, I had a lot of crazy stuff happen all at once, and I was lost for a few years there. And a lot of people didn't think I was coming back. And I took a journey down into the darkness, and luckily I found my way back. And everyone was waiting for me the whole time. So lyrically, the lyrics of the song are about about my journey in and out of the darkness, and in the end, my redemption. And I wrote the core of the song. But musically, I wrote the core, and then I passed it off to Chris. So, Chris, why don't you pick it up from here?
Yeah, George, he pretty much had the song complete, and he sent it to me, and he was like, I would like you to come up with an idea for the intro. So I sat down with the recording, and then it kind of just like flowed right out of me. I came up with a little simple chord progression that I recorded onto my laptop and worked that up, and threw in a couple guitar solos like in the middle and a line in the outro, and that kind of pulled the whole song together nicely. And yeah, I mean, I can't take any credit for the lyrics, but that was 100% Georgie. But yeah, it was a nice collaboration musically on that song between us.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very easy. And then Wibis, comes in, and him and Chris and Wibis did a beautiful job playing counterpoint to each other on the intro, and Wibis just pulled out just an extraordinary the first solo. I love it. I love it with all my heart, and it allowed me to
You say
really
that?
bring it.
Did you just say I pulled out? Did you just say I pulled out?
I said you pulled out, but we're not going to go there.
That's all I did
awesome.
on that song is I
That's awesome.
simply pulled out.
Simply pulled out. Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Sometimes that's what the
That's-
song's calling for.
Well, Danny,
and Drew killed it. Drew
Yeah.
just Drew, you want to say a little something before we listen to the song? I mean, you killed it. I don't know what else to say. You just
Well, you guys had you had a feel set to your programmed drums, and I dug your ideas, what you were doing with the arrangement of the drums. So my job was simple, was to bring it to organic life,
Yes.
and add in the flavor and the necessary elements that do that, on any drum tape.
yeah. As our friend Johnny would say, you added hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Okay. Well, let's get this on then. This is Feverseed with Let Yourself Down.
No, you can't hold the line. Putting holes on in your mind. No, it's going on all the time. And so you let yourself down. And everything you love. But you keep yourself bound, so busy digging, and you don't look around. So busy flying that you can't even see the ground. No, you can't take the shame. You go for you to come around. So busy lying and you don't know what sound. So busy drifting that you can't even see. You're found.
George.
Holy smokes.
There we go. That was Feverseed with Let Yourself Down. Great track, guys. Really, really enjoyed that. I think my
Thank
favorite
you.
part is that chorus bit, the hook where it goes quiet with the piano and then it builds back up. Really, but love the track. Great recording.
I heard it that way too. He played it for me, and I said, "Wow, that's cool." Breakdown with a piano. You don't hear that a lot in songs. It was like in a way retro, but modern too.
Do you guys have music videos for these?
We're shooting our first music video for the song "Beat Me" in a few weeks. Basically, like I said before, I'm a music video director. It's part of what I do for a living, and we're excited to get out our first music video. I mean, it's a little late to the party, but better late than never. And I think "Beat Me" is the perfect song for it, and we can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be out in May.
So being a music video director, what is that process like?
Well, it's only part of what I do for a living. I own a multimedia company, but it's cool because I'm a graphic designer and I'm a musician, and I went to school for graphic design and computer animation, and the first year of computer animation was all about film, so it was cool because it was like a year of film school. So I really enjoy bringing my two creative worlds together, and just creating art for people. You know what I mean? Just the most exciting and interesting things that I can think of. And I've been lucky enough to work with a lot of great bands. I had the pleasure of doing a music video for a band that Drew plays with called The Walkabout. They're an amazing band, and it was a great song called Timeless, and I was very pleased with the result there. And I gotta say, I really, really enjoy bringing those two worlds together and painting on that canvas. It's a very fulfilling experience.
Now, the music we've got and are playing today, for all the fans and people listening, they're able to go and download and stream this now, I assume, over places like Spotify and Apple Music if they search for Feverseed?
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, yeah.
Do you guys have a website?
www.feverseed.com.
And whereabouts can we find you on places like Instagram and Facebook?
It's all Feverseed Band.
Feverseed Band.
Yeah.
Brilliant. This next track we've got for you, Beat Me. How did this track come about? Is there a story behind this?
Well, this song's been around for a few years, waiting for its moment. The story behind it's pretty simple. It harkens back to a similar idea that I'd written about in a band that me and Chris were in a few years ago, a song called Nothing But Pretty. And it comes down to the fact that, you know, just because you're hot and just because you're sexy doesn't mean you're going to get everything you want. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, that's just, you know, and a lot of, you know, there's a lot of wonderful women out in this, you know, out in the world, and they have so much more substance and so much more to offer than just what the public is fed and led to believe is the ideal of beauty. You know, every woman on this earth is beautiful, and people need to realize that. And basically, Beat Me was just about, it's about sex, straight up. It's about sex. You know, like we had a good time. Girl thought she could act however she wanted because she was hot and sexy, and I wasn't having it. And Beat Me was born. So one thing that I'd like to point out as far as the production of Beat Me is Drew. Again, you know, Drew and I have a wonderful relationship as far as mutual respect and listening to each other, you know. And I remember there was a point where on the on the demo, the drums were just like hitting it straight, and he added this stuff that was extraordinary, but I was so used to hearing what we had done on the production now that I'm like, Drew, man, that's a little much. And he took me aside, you know, out of respect, you know, he took me aside. He's like, trust me, man, trust me. This is what the song needs. And, you know, he gave me that look, you know, and Drew's got a way of looking at you and saying, trust me. And it's like, you know how Prince can just look at you and it's like sex, you know, Drew has the same thing with trust me, like, trust me. You know? And yeah, I'll tell you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
You're learning something new here today on International.
All right.
There you go. You have that fire in your eyes that, you know, makes someone listen to. When it comes to the drums, I don't know anyone better than Drew. I know people who are different. I don't know anyone who's better. You know, and I listened to him, and he was absolutely right. You know what I mean? Like, he brought the fire, and he brought the sexiness. He brought the fire that this song needs. And Chris, I believe you picked up you used to pick on this one, right? On the bass. Is Chris there?
No, Chris.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. What'd you say, Georgie?
No, you're just talking about how much fire the rhythm section has on Beat Me, and you switched to using a pick on this one, right?
Yes, yeah, I did. I was going. You know, normally I play with finger style, but you know, the songs kind of got this punk rocky kind of more upbeat vibe, and you know, I was working with the engineer, and I suggested, you know, why don't we try a couple takes with the pick, and we did. And that's what we ended up keeping. We really liked the sound and the vibe of the bass guitar with the pick. I think it really lent itself to that song well.
Got the punch.
Yeah, the punch. Then, of course, Wibbis just kills it over the melody with a nice, straight-ahead, never let up solo. And it's short, sweet, hot, and sexy, and it's. I'm proud of the way it came out because that's, you know. Wibbis, I forget. Did you pull out on this one too, or?
I did exactly what you told me to do.
So Wibbis follows instructions.
Okay, so you didn't pull out. You rammed it in on this one.
You remember better than I do.
I believe that's the way it went down. Yeah, I believe the song couldn't walk for 4 days, and you did your job. So it's good stuff.
Well, Danny, do we have it ready to go here?
Yeah, we do. We've got it right here. So let's play it. This is Feverseed with Beat Me.
A favorite lady coming to me. don't you talk it just to do me. Take the thing and put it right through me. You kick the dirt on me, then you dance around. So happy to see me down, but you can't keep me in the motherfucking ground. No matter how much you beat me, no matter how much you beat me. I see your body start to shake, yeah. I feel your back and start to break, yeah. Only so much as you can take, yeah. I'll do it if you promise not to let me down. You know you're always going around, but you can't keep me in the motherfucking ground. No matter how much you beat me, no matter how much you beat me. See your body starting to shake, yeah. Feel your body starting to break, yeah. Only so much that you can take, yeah. I'll do it if you promise not to let me down. You know you're always going around, but you can't keep me in the motherfucking ground. No matter how much you beat me, no matter how much you beat me, no matter how much you beat me, no matter how much you beat me.
There we go. We are back. That was a Feverseed with Beat Me. You're listening on Leicester 107.5 FM, KJAG Radio, and W Bob 990. Am I right?
Yes, indeed. You got it, baby. You're good.
Well, there we go. There's the
You-
first.
you-
Another great track there.
Yes.
Another fantastic track. I've got to ask off the bat, have you guys got any plans or have you done any sort of tours of Europe you've been over?
Not yet.
Not as Feverseed.
Not as Feverseed. You know, like we're all.
Individually, yeah.
That's a good point. You know, we've all been professional musicians for the better part of our adult lives, and individually, you know, we've all played in front of all different kinds of crowds, yeah, and all different kinds of places, and we've all been over there and done a little something. But I believe Drew and Wiv is probably more than I can.
Have you got any plans to come over as Feverseed? I mean, I really like that first track, and that second track for me was rocking even more. You know, that
I appreciate
would
it.
do really well over here. You know, you definitely got to
Well,
look at it.
I mean, I appreciate it, and we do have those plans. Thing is, you know, we put the band together during COVID. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
fair enough.
right. So what we're doing right now is we're just getting off the ground. We released the EP on February 1st. You know, and as we speak, plans are being made.
We're Feverseeding.
We are
Feverseed, exactly.
Yes, exactly. We are Feverseeding. We're pulling out. We're putting in. We're expanding. We're broadening, and basically, we're just getting ready to expand the scope of our public exposure on many different levels.
Listen, I'm looking for a cat sitter. So we're going to go on the road, I'm assuming. You know what I mean? Once you're committed.
I'll look after your cat.
No, will you please? Well, you gotta look after my cat Samuel L. Jackson too, then, because like we'll bring them all
together in one house. We'll just rent them a hotel room, put all the cats in there, and a bag of food.
Can you just remind me? You said you got a video coming out for this one soon, hopefully, right?
Yeah, like towards the end of May. Yeah.
Towards the end of May. Okay.
For Beat Me, yeah.
Okay. I'll definitely keep
Oh, yes, we do have plans to tour in support of this EP as soon as possible.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Looking to jump over the pond and say hello.
Hey, make sure you let us know, you know, the dates of your tour and where you're going, and we'll let our listeners know.
No, definitely will.
Okay. So, Before you go, you've obviously got the EP out. Have you got any idea of maybe some other albums or singles coming out toward late end of the year?
The plan is, because we've got more than an entire album's worth of material. You know what I mean? So the plan is, over the course of the next couple of months, build on the success of the EP and put everything in place to put us in a position to record a full-length LP and release it by the end of the year, and then tour in support of that, including, coming over to Europe. So that's the plan.
You've been stacking tracks then, basically, during this COVID period of lockdowns and isolations.
Well, there's a lot of tunes that, you want to talk about stacking tracks. Chris is the stack master. He's got an awesome awesome recording set up in his place, and every tune he's totally running circles around me right now. He's like, every 2 days it's another track with another name, and I'm like, what is this? And then I put on my headphones. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time during the pandemic, writing and recording. I've got over 100 songs that are in demo form right now. And lyrics are not really my strong suit, so I got a lot of song ideas, musically, little tidbits. And, the way that we collaborate is sort of in that fashion. Somebody will start an idea, pass it off, and then the other guy will kind of help finish it up, and then we'll bring it together. So, I think with the stuff that I've stockpiled, and George has started to send me some new stuff that, besides the stuff that we're already sitting on, we'll have a lot of new material.
Chris, do you have a structure when you're putting your tracks together? Do you sort of start off with the chorus and then go into a verse, or go verse, chorus, verse, or?
Well, the way that I write generally is around the drum. So I'll usually find a beat, or I play a little drums myself. So I'll either record myself playing, or I'll find a loop, in the computer, or splice something up that maybe somebody sent me. And I'll usually just, take that beat, and then I'll find a cool bass line that goes with it and try to come up with a few little changes. And that's usually how the songs always start, is with some sort of drum beat, and then just kind of building on top of that. Occasionally I'll, be playing an acoustic guitar or something, and I'll come up with an idea without, the drums first. But generally, 9 times out of 10, I'm starting with a drum beat and then building on top of it like that.
Cool. And you're doing that all from your studio at home?
Yeah, I got a really simple setup. I'm just using a laptop with a 2-channel interface, and I got a guitar, electric guitar, bass guitar, keyboards, drum set, and, just kind of
Is it Pro Tools that everyone uses these days, or is it Logic?
I'm actually using GarageBand, which has been referred to some friends of mine as a toy. But
I can't believe you're throwing these tracks together on GarageBand. That's brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, before, I just started learning it over the pandemic, and before that, I was working with an 8-track reel-to-reel. So,
wow.
Yeah, so I kind of I like to work really quickly. I like to finish things in a day. So I don't really spend a lot of time miking things and getting the best sounds. I just try to sit down and maybe within 2 or 3 hours, just have a finished, song idea, and then just move on to the next idea.
Are you on the space shuttle right now?
He looks like he is, right? With the light coming in that window.
Looks like
And
you're
you're
zooming from the space shuttle with us. Well, as we wrap up here with you guys, how do we get in touch with you guys on social media, websites, and everything?
You can just go to www.feverseed.com and hit contact us. You can email us at info@feverseed.com. And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I'm at Wibbits at Gmail if anybody wants to send their credit card information. Take care.
Yes.
I know a Nigerian prince that might get in touch.
Yeah, Wibbis has his eye on a Diakisto, so please, if you're interested in supporting the sound of Feverseed, please send your credit card information to wibbis@gmail.com so you can get that Diakisto.
Fantastic.
Donations tax free.
Well, gentlemen, this has been an honor and a privilege. Thank you guys for doing this. Thanks for being on International Live today.
Great music.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
We have got some great guests coming up here in our second segment as well. And Dan, do we happen to have our people ready to go? Are they in the?
We do.
In the old Zoom room, as they say.
Let's let these guys leave. Take care, guys.
And
Thank you, guys.
Take care, George. Take care, Drew. We've got Dave Broadbents.
I think we've got our.
Hold on a second.